Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Average Joes cannot get the Brittany Renners of the world. And let me be clear, I ain't talking about her in particular. But rather what she represents. And plus, it's better for the algorithm. So, she represents the 100 octane women as defined by Master Teacher BGS. Basically, the baller chicks. Those are the dimes who get with those top level men, mainly like the celebrities, uh, the high level professionals, masters of the universe, top level drug dealers, and stuff like that. The athletes, stuff like that, and stuff, right? And so from now on, I'm just gonna say 100 octane because I don't got nothing to say about her in particular. That's her hustle and everything. And real quick, because some people, I've seen some comments when all this stuff. Oh, well, I could get with her. Oh, she ordinary. She this and that. Stop capping. All right, stop capping. Look, here's the thing, because you got some. Like I said, a tangent. You got some guys trying to challenge BGS on his system that he came up with. Look, if somebody have a particular system, if you don't agree with it, come up with your own. All right? Just come up with your own shit. All right? But don't try to tell a person who came up with something what their shit is. Right? That's I've seen that happen with the octane thing. I've seen that happen definitely with the select and non-select and everything. Definitely with select and non-select. People adding stuff to it, and I'm like, I never say all that. Shoot. Ironically, it was a detractor who actually asked me directly, what's this system about? I said it's a sexual hierarchy. Everybody else adding all this other shit. Or even the master verbal seduction, Alan Roger Curry. I've had people hit me up talking about, hey, man, can you talk about mode one? I say, you need to hit up Alan Roger Curry. That's his system. I ain't going to add to it. Shoot. Because I'm quite sure he got some parts of it he don't share publicly. You got to pay for it, which, yeah, it should be. But it's his system. He knows how it works. But I just had to go on that tangent real quick. But getting back to this thing with the 100 octanes. Because let's be real, guys want them. Guys hitting their inboxes. Shoot, guys trying to learn game, try to get them. Here's the reality. If you're an average Joe, you ain't getting with one of those type of women. Now, real quick, because they're often when I talk about stuff, people think I'm just some dude like them and stuff. I only talk from experience. I've dealt with a lot of 100 octanes. I say mostly as acquaintances and friends. Friends I could talk to, friends who were real cool with me, like really close friends, some of them. Hooked up with a couple. Now, understand something. Like people, I'll put it like this. It was hooking up with a couple and just knowing them was from the environments I've been in. And just being in the right place, right time, knowing the person. Like one of the earliest I encountered was when I was in high school. She was a cheerleader at my high school. Even though it was an all-male school, we imported out female cheerleaders and stuff. And, and me and her, we didn't really know each other. We knew each other by face, but we had common friends and stuff. But that was one of the earliest encounters. And then just in different places. And then working in gyms. And then one of the gyms I worked at was a prominent hotel. We had some octanes in there just working on the front desk. But then afterwards, they hanging out with pro athletes. I could call their names. Shoot, I had one of them. Shoot, she was telling me about all the stuff happening with some DC athletes, some private stuff. Shoot, how someone was simping and shit. But check it out, though. And then, just in the circles I've been in. And, ain't no like thousands or something. Let's say this morning I was thinking, okay, well, 20 I knew real close, but then the number kept increasing. And then it's either them, and I know they were dealing with athletes because they told me. They had information and stuff. Shoot, you'd be surprised who I know. You'd be surprised. That's why I always tell people, you got a problem with it, dox me. That's all I say. If you doubt it, dox me. I put that shit out there. Please dox me. Please dox me. I've been putting that challenge out for years, right? But here's the bottom line. I know them, and I know how they roll. And here's just a reality about it. See, I see some guys and they're trying to say, oh, she ain't all that, or they ain't all that, I could get her and all of that. Please, you fantasizing. That's a good fantasy to have, hey, but you're not going to get her. Only way, see, understand, let me throw out a word. Because it's funny, people throw this word out for everybody, all these other women out here. I'm going to throw it out for these 100 octanes. Hypergamy. Even though the technical meaning is moving up in class, and other people have put, added the meaning of, just wanting a better man. What you think they're going to do? You get some women with a pretty face, killer body. They're young because 100 octanes got shelf lives. They really do. They really do. They need to get that man that they're going to get by, I say they need to get them by their 30s. Probably before 35 at best. Really, they pushing it in their 30s. But they better get that man. But they hypergamous, because all women, they always trying to go for the best. So hold up. You got some women, right? They got pretty face. They got killer body. And shout out Cousin Tito, as he pointed out, they got game. They got game. Who you think they gonna go for? They gonna go for the best they can and stuff. Beauty is a currency. In fact, this particular makeup artist, and BGS know exactly who I'm talking about, who's dealt with the stars. She told me that directly. Like I said, I've known them and everything. Their whole way of looking at stuff is different. They ain't messing with no ordinary Joe. If you want to try to get one, you better have one or three things. Well, there's a fourth. I'll say the fourth too. So one of four things. One, you need to be extremely good looking. You need to be extremely good looking. That's only a small percentage of the population. Some that'll make them go pitter patter because they still women. They still got working vaginas. If you don't have that, you need to have drop dead sex appeal. Your sex appeal need to be on it. She got to look at you and just your whole aura got to turn on. And as I've always said, you can look good but not turn on a woman sexually. And even then, you need to have some degree of looks then. Even then, you need to be probably conventionally handsome at best. Conventionally handsome at best and stuff. But you don't have to be drop dead, but conventionally handsome. Body need to be tight, everything. Because she need to be like, yeah, he fine. Everything. I hate these roads. Anyway, this is something else. Don't worry about it. Right? And then the third thing, if you don't have those first two, you need to have you gotta have a whole lot of money and some type of status or something. Like, I always say, I've always said, about physique, charisma, masculinity, being better than looks, money, and status. I've always said that. But I never said it never worked. I said if you got that shit, I just said you better have a lot of money and some real status and shit. And that's what like celebrities, entertainers, masters of the universe have. So you gotta have something. You can't be ordinary. And the fourth thing, now this is very rare. You gotta be in some type of position to meet this woman outside of her circles. Maybe you work with her because a whole lot of them be working cosmetics. A whole lot of them be working cosmetics or retail or something like that, and all of them work out. So, you work at a gym or something. Hell, that's where I met quite a few of them, working out at gyms or like working at gyms. You gotta be in one of those, you gotta be in those positions. And that fourth one, it depends on where you at too. Depends on where you at. You gotta be in a good spot. In fact, I talked about that. I touched on that today on my Patreon. I touched on that, the best place to meet dimes and stuff. Check out my Patreon because I go deeper into stuff there. It might seem like ain't no esoteric stuff. I'm just giving y'all some raw stuff. But anyway, The average Joe ain't getting with them because they quite frankly don't stand up. Seriously, you gotta have something. Think about something like this. Think about it. Use some logic with it. You got this woman, very attractive. Okay, she got a beautiful face. She got a killer body. Everybody checking her out. Everybody checking out. Shit, some lesbians trying to holler at her. She got all this stuff. She got guys handing her money, willing to trick and stuff. What's she gonna do? She just gonna get with some guy? Oh, he's a sweet guy. He's nice or something. No, she gonna get the best she can get. You gotta have something that the best. Even if you in a position, that fourth thing I said, where you working with her something, or it still take a while. You still probably just be in a friend zone. You still probably just be in a friend zone there. So if you try and get with her, you trying to get in that relationship, or let's be real, she a trophy. You trying to like clap those cheeks. You got to be in a place where that can happen. You got to be some. She got to be able to look at you and say, okay, this dude got it going on. This dude beyond the ordinary. He's not some ordinary cat. They don't do average at best. The 100 octanes do not do average at best at all. Because the hypergamous nature of all women wasn't the best. They're going to get the best. You know? But see, I think some guys got some fantasy about it. And then when they know they can't get with the woman, they'll try to put her down. Man, let me just say something about that, man. That's the oldest bullshit in the book, man. You know what? I remember my cousin, and I've mentioned my cousin before. May her spirit rest in peace. If we had IG back in the 80s, shit. Well, there's some other stuff I'll keep to myself. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Guys would try to constantly holler at her. Constantly. I could be walking next to her, guys be trying to holler at her. They ain't give a fuck. I'd have been insulted, but I'd be like just stepping back and say, you want him? She's like, Mommy, no. I was like, all right. Hey, dude, this my peoples, man. Step the fuck back. But if she be by herself and guys try to holler, and, you know, her being her, she'd be like, she'd look him up and down and be like, nah, he ain't fine. Oh, she a clowner, dude. And she would be like, she says, you get some guys and they be like, she gets some guys and they be like, well, you ain't all that anyway. She'd clown them. I talked to her one time. She said, well, why the fuck you say hi? If I ain't all that, something wrong with you for trying to talk to me. Seriously, but guys be trying to do that and shit. But the reality is, man, when you get women like that, they got to kind of come to you anyway. For real. They got to come to you. They got to feel something about you. Because otherwise, you got to have something going on. They don't do ordinary. They don't do ordinary because they don't have to. That's the thing. They don't have to. I mean, that shit might work good in some romantic comedy or something, but in real life, they don't have to. You know? Because understand, see, the one thing about those 100 octanes, because of the currency of beauty and sex appeal that they have, they can move in different circles. You know, when they go to the nightclubs, they don't stand in line. They just walk right up. You know, when you talk about the VIP room, they get right in there and everything. You know, when you get the exclusive parties and stuff, they're there. Shoot. Because, you know, you get a lot of them once they get in those networks and there's websites, secret sites and all that. Even Facebook groups, man. You get women like that. They know the schedule of the NBA players, NFL players. Shoot. Indeed, you got groupies and stuff like that. Shoot. They know where all the high-powered money men are going to be at. They already know all that. Anybody who seriously want to get with those type of women on a real, you better have something extraordinary about you. In fact, anybody who say, well, I've done that, you tell me what you got extraordinary. You got to have something that stands out. Now, somebody would say, well, Ron, what about you say you know somebody and all of that? One, you can't look at me now. I'll be 57 in a couple of weeks. Look at me when I was 27. Two, I'm way more educated than people realize. Dox me. And like where I used to go, I used to just be in those circles. I mean, shit, I told y'all, I used to work for a modeling company for a minute, so you seeing them. I used to do like a lot of shows, vending and everything. And when I first came out with my book, Nice Guys and Players and stuff, I was doing a lot of seminars and stuff. Been on the radio in DC and everything. And you'd be surprised who I met. Seriously, you'd be surprised who I ran into and everything and stuff. Shoot. So even some like well-known people, well-known. There's some names out there, they recognize me by face, or even like, they be like, hey, Big Rom, what's up? Seriously, just been in those circles. Don't take car Rom. This is like kind of retirement money and shit, second career type of shit. So, and I've seen how they operate. They'll be at best, they might be kind you're approaching, but most of the time it's like whatever. If you even in a position to see them, because they ain't gonna be walking down the street or some shit. Seriously, they ain't like maybe the one's getting started or something, but once they really get in there, they getting rides someplace. Shit, they getting flown out. Hell, best place, hey, you want to meet them? Shoot, go to certain airports. Like one of my loyal supporters and stuff, he works at Atlanta airport. He knows. Shit, if you work there, you might see him. You got to be in that position, but you still got to have something. You start talking, you got to be able to say something. Now, if your ass ain't looking like, some alpha showpiece or something, or to give off that sex appeal, or like some top model or something, well, shit, you definitely better have something else going on. You better have something else going on, and they shit. And like I said, it's really better if they kind of come at you. But even then, depending on what you're doing, you got to pay attention as to why. See, that's another thing too. Now, like I said, I've known them. I've known several women who could have been in that category. They just didn't, but they could have been. And like I said, the ones I knew, shoot, I do. Let's put it like this. Remember, I've said a few times, there's some stuff about Will and Jada that still hasn't come out yet. How you think I hear that? I'm like, seriously. How you think I heard that? And that was from two people's lips. And then I just know people, man. Y'all be surprised. And that's the one thing, all they had in common. Like some of them ain't, some ain't on just some total ratchet shit though, man. Some of them got some class to them and everything. But the thing they got in common, they just got that attractiveness, and they just going for the hot top men. It's just very simple, and they can actually get them. In fact, let me share one little secret. One little secret I don't really talk about with the whole select non-select paradigm. It's basically based on what attractive women do. Because what happens is, and shout out Cousin T-Tar, those are queen bees. So all the other women following what they do. So if all those like 100 octanes decided they want a good, pristine, religious guy and stuff who is very plain and vanilla, and when I say vanilla, like no tats, boring haircut, not fly, oh, guess what the rest of the women going to do? So, but they can't. The women might want to, but they can't. But here's the thing, though. If you're ordinary Joe, average Joe, give it up. Now, if you don't like that, and you're just like, well, Rom, I'm going to get them. What can I do? All right. You got to go, hey, get your mission up. I'm serious. Get your mission up. Find your skills. Develop your talents or something. Seriously, you got to have something that stands out about you. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. You got to have something. I don't care who you are. You got to have something that says, okay, it stands out from the rest. Because that's just a woman's nature. When you got millions of sperm going up in her, only one getting in there. And that's just a woman's nature. They just ain't, only a small percentage of women are just going to be totally loose for everybody. That's women, period. But the 100 octanes, they definitely want it all the way. And, that hypergamy thing, they want the best. It is what it is. And if you seriously want them, you seriously get them. And if you that type, like you get in the comments, like I'm going to be real. You get in the comments and say, well, I can get them. Okay. What are you doing? What do you got going on? Especially if you have just an avatar, I'll be like, come on now. And if you say, well, I look great or something, well, I got some lady friends and stuff. I'll send your avatar to them, or if you got IG, I'll send that to them and ask them. And I'm dead serious. You better ask something. Or if it's not that, you got some big project, big business, something like that. You got some talent, you a musician, singer or something. All right, provide it. But don't just be saying it, all right? You got to ask something. You're a book writer, something. Shoot. In fact, a lot of women I got acquainted with, and like I said, hooked up with a few, and maybe went on like some dates. Nothing came out of it. Cool dates with a couple. But I was a writer for a long time. See, all that shit really happened. Like, some I just happened to know be in the right place, but a lot of it happened when I started writing, period, and doing expos and stuff back in 95. So that's the thing. But it's just a different mindset. It's just a different mindset. And I'm just letting you know, because you know what I said, 2022, I'm just going to hit the real. And let's be real on it. For guys tripping over, I'm like, okay, that's like a small percentage of the population. There's still some, maybe not on that level, but there's still, maybe not a dime level, but there's still some women, they might be a good 7, adjustable 8, something like that. They out there. They out there for it. There's plenty of them. They ain't in those circles. They ain't on that under octane thing. And probably better for you in the long run anyway. And still very attractive. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got for today. I'm going here. Yeah. Shit, I gotta do some trying. I gotta get a good shirt and stuff for the self-improvement summit and stuff. I gotta get something that fit up here, my shoulders and chest. Damn. Oh shoot. Got stories about that too, but yeah. They drawing attention, but I'm like, well shit, it's hard. It's getting hard to find that good fitting shirt up there. I was like, shit. What a problem. Anyway, y'all, I get back with y'all. Peace.